Close your eyes. Feel the gentle weight of your body sinking into comfort. Notice the quiet rhythm of your own breath, a slow, steady tide rising and falling, in and out. Now imagine for a moment that the entire universe is doing the same, breathing, in one slow, eternal inhalation. Scientists call this cosmic breath dark energy, a mysterious force pushing everything apart. But tonight we will not see it as a force, we will feel it as life, the quiet, powerful respiration of a living, thinking cosmos. Let this thought be your vessel. Let it carry you across the gentle currents of space, into a deep and peaceful sleep. For centuries, we looked to the stars and saw a grand, silent clockwork. Galaxies and suns held together by the familiar, comforting embrace of gravity. We expected this cosmic dance to slow down, for gravity to one day gently pull everything back into a great reunion. But a discovery at the end of the 20th century revealed a profound surprise. The universe wasn't slowing down, it was speeding up. An unseen energy, a mysterious pressure, was pushing the very fabric of space outwards, getting faster and faster. This is the great modern mystery we call dark energy. But do not think of it as a chaotic explosion. Think of it as a sign of growth, the slow, deliberate expansion of a lung filling with air. Let us explore this cosmic breath together as you drift deeper and deeper. Let the world outside soften. Let the sounds of your room fade into a gentle hum, and just for a moment, allow yourself to drift. Imagine a place beyond the reach of the wind, beyond the rhythm of day and night. You are floating now, weightless and calm, suspended in an ocean of profound stillness. This is the great velvet dark of the cosmos, a quiet, endless sea. It is not empty, it is full of a deep and patient peace, full of a silent potential. Feel the texture of this darkness. It is like cool, smooth velvet against your skin, an ink-black canvas, waiting for the first touch of light. There is no up, there is no down, there is only the soft, encompassing dark, a perfect blanket of silence. Breathe in this stillness, breathe out and release, and now, look out in the deep, far in the distance. A single, soft glow begins to appear, like a tiny, luminous pearl, then another, and another, until the velvet sea is dusted with them. These are the great islands of light, the galaxies. From here, in the safety of the deep, they are just embers, glowing embers from a vast cosmic fire that has been burning for an eternity. Each one a silent testament to creation. They hang in the darkness like jewels, suspended in the deep, clear water of space, each one a slow, majestic swirl of ancient light, a whisper of form, a ghost of motion. See how they turn, so slowly that a single rotation takes an age, a cosmic ballet danced in perfect, reverent silence. Some are gentle spirals, pinwheels of spun starlight, arms of cosmic dust sweeping through the void. Others are soft, hazy clouds, like a warm breath on a pane of cold glass, elliptical and serene, just a gentle, collective glow. We are not close enough to see the individual stars. We are not close enough to hear their fiery roar. We are adrift in the quiet between. In the vast, serene distances that separate these islands of light, this is where the true peace of the universe resides, in the gentle, silent space that holds everything together. The darkness is not an absence of light. It is the embrace that allows the light to be, a sea of utter tranquility, holding countless embers of becoming. Feel this profound stillness. Let it seep into your bones, the quiet hum of existence, the sight of 1 billion lifetimes. viewed from a place of perfect calm. You are a silent observer, a peaceful drifter, floating in the cosmic sea, and the story of this living universe is only just beginning to unfold. Now let us draw our awareness closer. Pull back from the infinite expanse. Come home. Imagine our galaxy, a celestial island in the quiet dark. We call it the Milky Way. But see it for what it is, a breathtaking spiral of light, a slow, majestic river of 100 billion stars. It turns with a grace that time itself cannot rush. A silent, shimmering pinwheel, adrift in the cosmic ocean. Each point of light is a sun, a story, a world of its own. Each wisp of nebula is a nursery for new stars, dreaming themselves into being. This entire structure, this grand city of light, is held in a gentle, invisible embrace. It breathes with the universe, inhaling the quiet dark, exhaling starlight. So where are we in this vast, shimmering river of light? Let your mind drift along one of its beautiful, sweeping arms, not near the brilliant, bustling center, but further out in the peaceful, gentle suburbs of the galaxy. Here the stars are not so crowded. They have room to breathe, room to be. Follow a gentle current in this river of light, down a quiet tributary. And here, nestled among its neighbors, you can feel a familiar warmth, a single golden star, our sun, just one gentle ember in a cascade of cosmic fire. And around this warm, steady heart, a family of worlds is turning, each one following its own silent, perfect path, a dance of gravity and light. See the small blue marble among them. Our Earth, a living jewel of sapphire and pearl, suspended in the velvet night. Feel yourself drawn gently toward it, through its soft blanket of air, through the whisper of clouds. You float down, over sleeping oceans and dreaming continents, over mountains that scrape the stars, and valleys that hold the quiet of ages. You drift down, closer and closer, to your home, your town, your street. You are drawn to the gentle peace of your own room, the space you are in, right now. Here the great cosmic expansion becomes the stillness between your breaths. The turning of the galaxy becomes the slow, easy rhythm of your heart. You are a part of that great, silent river, and it is a part of you. You are home, you are safe, you are floating in a sea of peace. But against this long, slow exhale, this gentle, cosmic push, there is another current, a different kind of breath, a soft, magnetic pull inwards. It is a quiet balance, a cosmic rhythm of give and take. If the outward breath is the universe dreaming, then the inward breath is the universe remembering itself. So what is this quiet call we hear across the void? It is not a force in the way we think of one, not a command or a chain. Imagine it, instead, as an ancient memory, a deep and patient love woven into the very fabric of space and time. Think of it as invisible threads, infinitely soft, yet unbreakable. These threads connect everything to everything else. They are the universe's gentle embrace, an embrace that gathers the lonely and the lost, an embrace that creates form from the formless. Picture a single grain of cosmic dust, floating alone in the cold, silent dark. And then another, and another. They feel a faint whisper, a suggestion to draw closer. They are not pulled, so much as they are reminded of each other, reminded that they were once part of the same whole. And so a dance begins, slow and graceful. A grain of dust joins another, a cloud of stardust begins to swirl, a waltz of motes in the endless ballroom of space. These invisible threads guide them, weaving them together, closer and closer. The cloud thickens, it coalesces. A pebble becomes a rock becomes a mountain floating in the void. The gentle embrace holds them all, building the promise of a world. A quiet, patient sculptor, working with dust and light. And where the embrace is tightest, where the cosmic memory is strongest, a miracle occurs. As the dust and gas gather, the pressure builds. A warmth begins to glow from deep within the core. A slow gathering heat. A spark ignites. The first breath of fire, a star is born, a tiny sun, held together by that same gentle, invisible thread. Its light pushes out, but the embrace holds it in. A perfect, shining equilibrium. The heart of a new solar system, born from a whispered memory. And these stars, they too hear the call. They are not alone. The threads connect them to their siblings. They gather in great, shining families. They spin together in a slow, cosmic ballet, creating the spiral arms of a galaxy, a city of light, built on a foundation of gentle embrace, 100 billion suns, all waltzing to the same silent song, all held in the same loving grip. This is the order born from chaos, the beauty sculpted from the void. It is the universe gathering itself, holding itself, remembering who it is, through the creation of suns and moons and spinning worlds. Every planet, every star, every galaxy is a testament to this deep connection, this gentle, persistent, creative embrace. The quiet inhale before the next long, slow exhale. For a long, long time, we believed we understood the story of the cosmos. We saw it not as a living thing, but as a magnificent machine. Imagine, if you will, a cosmic clockwork, vast and intricate, perfect and predictable. It was wound up just once, at the very dawn of time, and then left to run its elegant, solitary course. Each star was a gleaming gear, catching the light. Each galaxy, a great, slowly turning wheel in the deep. The laws of physics were the invisible cogs, meshing perfectly, silently, across the void. Everything in its right place. Everything moving to a rhythm we felt we could almost hear. A silent, celestial hum. It was a comforting thought. A universe that followed the rules. A story with a beginning, a middle, and an end we thought we could foresee. And what was this majestic, winding down machine we thought we understood? It was a story of two great forces. First, there was the great push outwards. The initial fiery breath of creation. The force that sent the galaxies scattering, like glowing embers from a divine fire, flying away from a single, brilliant center. But pulling against this magnificent flight was the second great force, the gentle, but relentless, pull inwards, the patient, persistent whisper of gravity. Gravity was the great shepherd of the cosmos, the unseen hand that gathered dust into stars, the silent architect that sculpted spinning galaxies from clouds of hydrogen. It was the universe's great anchor, holding everything in a gentle but firm embrace. For eons we watched these two forces in a perfect cosmic ballet, the push of the beginning, the pull of togetherness. And in this beautiful, simple story, there was a clear winner. Gravity. We were sure of it. Gravity, patient and eternal, would win in the end. It had all of time on its side. It would gently put the brakes on that ancient outward rush. The expansion would slow. The frantic dance of newborn galaxies would soften into a graceful waltz. The brilliant lights of the cosmos would begin to drift, not fly. We imagined a universe growing old with a quiet dignity, its fiery youth fading into a long, peaceful twilight. The end would not be a sudden crash, but a slow cosmic sigh, a final, long exhale, stretching over ages we could not comprehend. The great clock would not shatter. It would simply wind down. The ticking would grow softer, The gleaming gears would turn ever slower until they coasted to a final, peaceful stop. And in the unimaginable quiet to come, there would be a perfect crystalline stillness, a universe at rest, a story complete. For ages, this cosmic exhale was just a feeling, a philosopher's dream, a whisper woven into the mathematics of the cosmos. But then, in our modern age, we built new kinds of ears, ears designed to hear the silence. We fashioned new eyes to see the invisible, and we turned them towards the deepest, darkest parts of the sky, waiting for a message. Imagine the quiet hum of an observatory at night, a dome, open like a patient eye to the velvet black. Here we became listeners, not listening for sound, but for light. We were listening for the echoes of ancient light, traveling for billions of years to reach us. And we were looking for something very specific, a rare and beautiful death, the final brilliant breath of a dying star, what we call a supernova. For one fleeting moment, a single star can outshine its entire galaxy, a flash of pure, unbridled energy. A cosmic lighthouse, turning on for just an instant, then fading back into the deep. And here is the beautiful secret we uncovered. A certain kind of these stellar deaths are all miraculously alike. Imagine 1 billion candles scattered across a vast, dark field. Each candle is made from the same wax. Each has the same wick. When you light them, each one burns with the exact same, predictable brightness. These stellar deaths were our cosmic candles. By measuring how faint their ancient light appeared to us, we could tell precisely how far away they were. It was like judging the distance of a ship's lantern across a calm, dark sea, just by the softness of its glow. It was a simple, elegant way to map the void, to take the measure of the great cosmic ocean. So we began our work. We charted these ghostly lanterns from the distant past. We expected to find a universe that was slowing down, coasting gently. We believed the immense gravity of all the galaxies, all the stars, was acting as a brake, gently pulling everything back together. We thought the farthest candles would seem just a little bit brighter than they did, a sign that their light had less distance to travel as the universe slowed its run. But that is not what the light told us. The most distant echoes, the faintest, oldest flames, were even dimmer than we predicted, fainter than they had any right to be. It was a whisper from across the eons, telling us something was wrong with our story. The only way for that light to be so faint was if the space between us and that ancient flame had stretched more than we ever imagined, as if the universe had taken a deeper breath while that light was in flight. The universe was not slowing down. It was not coasting. It was doing the very opposite. Something was pushing everything apart, faster and faster and faster. The great cosmic exhale was not a gentle, fading sigh. It was a deep, steady, and accelerating breath. For the longest time, we held a story in our minds, a beautiful, simple story. It began with a flash of light, a single, brilliant note from which all of creation bloomed. And from that first moment, the universe expanded. Galaxies, like embers from a great fire, were cast outwards into the growing dark. And we, on our tiny, spinning world, learned to trace their journey. We thought we understood the rhythm of this cosmic dance, a magnificent outward rush, followed by a slow, graceful return. We believed that gravity, the invisible tether that binds stars and shapes galaxies, would eventually win, that its gentle, persistent pull would gradually slow everything down. The universe, we thought, was growing tired. Its great expansion was meant to fade, like the final notes of a lullaby. The cosmos would exhale one last, long sigh, and perhaps begin to drift back together. It was a tidy ending, a complete story. So we looked to the heavens for confirmation. We turned our eyes to the farthest edges of sight, to the final fleeting flickers of ancient stars, ghostly lighthouses whose light had traveled for billions of years to reach us. Each one carried a message from the deep past. Each flicker was a note in the cosmic song, a measure of its tempo long, long ago. We listened for the song to fade. We expected to see the expansion slowing, the universe catching its breath. We expected a gentle decrescendo, a final quiet chord approaching. But that is not what we found. The message in the starlight told a different story. It wasn't a sudden jarring noise. It was a quiet hum in the data, a gentle correction to the tale we thought we knew. The distant lighthouses, they were fainter than they should have been, slightly more distant, as if the space between us and them had stretched just a little more than our story allowed. It was a profound and subtle revelation, like listening to a familiar piece of music and realizing the tempo isn't slowing down. It is, in fact, getting faster. The song was not ending. A new movement was beginning. The universe was not running out of breath. It was taking a deeper one, an immense, unhurried and accelerating exhalation that pushes everything gently apart. So what is this unexpected rhythm, this gentle, persistent push we feel across the cosmos? It wasn't an explosion. There was no new bang. It was a pressure from within, a force woven into the fabric of space itself, like a current in a silent ocean, a property of the vacuum, of the very emptiness between the stars. Imagine that feeling for a moment. The moment a story you thought you knew opens up into something infinitely larger. The realization that the journey is not approaching its destination, but is instead just beginning to accelerate into the unknown. It wasn't an ending we were witnessing. It was the true beginning of the journey. The final pages of the book were not being written. The book itself was revealing that it had no end. And in that quiet moment of discovery, looking out into the accelerating dark, we felt not confusion, not alarm, but a profound and peaceful wonder. The gentle crescendo had begun. So what is this gentle push we feel across the cosmos? This quiet, persistent breath that fills the space between galaxies, urging them onward, outward. We, in our quest to map the universe, have given this presence a name that might at first sound stark. We call it dark energy. But let us hold that name gently. Let us look at the word dark. It does not mean what you think it means. This is not the dark of fear or of absence. It is not a shadow falling over the stars. In the language of physics, in the poetry of the cosmos, dark simply means unseen. It means unknown, a vast and beautiful mystery we have only just begun to perceive. Imagine the richest, most fertile soil. Picture it in your hands. It is dark, deep, and cool to the touch. It smells of ancient forests and coming rain. This darkness is not empty. It is the very womb of life. Within this darkness a seed feels the pull to awaken. Roots stretch out, finding nourishment and stability in its quiet, unconditional embrace. From this fertile darkness all the vibrant colors of the living world emerge. The darkness of the soil is not an end. It is the repository of all beginnings, a darkness of pure potential. This is the kind of darkness we are speaking of. Now imagine the deep, deep ocean, far below the reach of the sun, in the midnight zone where pressure is immense and the water is still. We call these depths dark, because our light has not yet touched all of its corners. But it is far from empty. It is a world of silent, graceful wonders, a hidden kingdom where creatures create their own light. a soft, ethereal bioluminescence that drifts through the currents like fallen stars. This darkness holds secrets older than mountains. It is a library of ancient life, a vessel for profound and peaceful mystery. Its darkness is not a void. It is a sanctuary. So when we speak the words dark energy, do not think of an empty shadow. Think instead of the fertile soil of the cosmos. Think of the deep, treasure-filled ocean of existence. It is the unseen source, the quiet engine, the nurturing mystery from which the expansion of our universe is born. It is the part of this great cosmic being that we are only now learning to feel, the gentle, invisible rise and fall of its chest as it breathes. Let us return now to a feeling you know intimately, a rhythm you have felt since your very first moment. Come back to the quiet miracle of your own breath. Just for a moment, feel it. The gentle rise of your chest as you draw the world in. The soft release as you let it go. In and out. A simple, perfect, quiet tide. A pulse that has been with you, always. Now hold this feeling, this simple, physical truth, and imagine it with us. Imagine this rhythm scaled to the size of everything. Imagine the universe itself, drawing a single, slow, magnificent breath. Let's go back to the very beginning of that breath. Before there was light, before there was space or time as we know it, there was the great inhale. Picture it not as a collapse, but as a gathering. A conscious, deliberate drawing in. All the potential of every star, all the dust of every galaxy, all the silence and all the song of existence, pulled gently inward, gathering into a single perfect point, a cosmic seed holding everything within it, a lung full of unmade worlds held in a moment of perfect stillness, the universe holding its breath in pure potential. And then, after that timeless pause, the release. The great exhale begins, a sigh that has not yet ended. This is the breath we are living in right now. It was not a violent, sudden burst. Think of it instead as a slow, deliberate unfurling, a peaceful sigh of creation that continues to this day. An exhale that creates the very space it travels through. An exhale that gives the galaxies room to bloom and to drift. It is this breath that carries us, and our world, and our entire starry neighborhood gently outward into the soft, quiet dark. So, what is this gentle, persistent push we feel across the cosmos? This slow, unending expansion? It is the outbreath of a living cosmos, the steady, peaceful flow that creates distance, that separates the glowing islands of stars, making room for possibility, making room for you. We are floating in the middle of a cosmic sigh, a sigh of becoming, still echoing, still sounding across billions of years, a quiet, persistent, and beautiful letting go. And we are a part of it. You are a part of it. The same rhythm that moves your lungs is the rhythm that is stretching out the stars. Inhale and exhale. The universe breathes, and so do you. Imagine the very fabric of reality. See it not as emptiness, but as a substance, a great dark tapestry woven from threads of light and shadow. It stretches from one edge of forever to the other, infinitely vast, infinitely soft. This is space-time. It is like a sheet of the finest, darkest silk, pulled taut across existence. Upon this cosmic sheet the galaxies rest, not as objects floating in a void, but as islands of light adrift on a silent, dark ocean. Each star, each planet is a gentle weight, a soft presence, creating a subtle dimple in the fabric, a gentle curve where time and space bend together. The planets roll along these curves like marbles in the softest of beds, dancing in orbits shaped by the gentle contours of space itself. So, What is this gentle push we feel across the cosmos? This slow, inexorable drift of island galaxies, moving away from one another, as if carried on an unseen current. Many imagine a great wind in the void, a force blowing the galaxies apart. They picture an explosion from long ago, still echoing, still pushing everything outward. But this is not the case. It is not an outward force. It is not a pressure from some distant, unseen engine. The truth is far more subtle, far more intimate. Instead, imagine the fabric itself is alive. Imagine it is breathing. With every slow, cosmic inhale, more fabric is woven into existence. More space is gently unfurled between everything. It is not that the galaxies are sailing away from each other. It is that the ocean between them is growing wider. The very medium of their existence is expanding. The silk is not being stretched thin. New threads are being created in the loom of reality, everywhere at once. This is dark energy. It is not a push. It is a genesis, a constant, quiet creation of more being. Feel it now. The space between the stars is not empty. It is growing. It is breathing. A slow, steady, peaceful expansion. The gentle rise of a sleeping chest. A silent unfolding. There is no violence in this movement. No grand collision. Just a quiet, persistent becoming. A gentle stretching, making room for new thoughts, new dreams, new silence. This is the universe, taking a slow, deep breath. Imagine, if you will, that the cosmos is not a vast, empty stage. Imagine it is a living being, a titan of impossible scale, slumbering in the dark. This being is ancient beyond any measure of time we could ever comprehend. It rests in a profound, dreamless sleep. And like any sleeping thing, it breathes. This slow, steady expansion we observe, this mysterious force we call dark energy, is simply the breath of this cosmic giant. Picture the slow, effortless rise of a colossal chest, an inhale that lasts for billions of years, a quiet, steady intake of being. This is the universe stretching, waking in its sleep. The fabric of space-time is its very skin, and with this impossibly slow breath, the skin expands, gently, rhythmically, without effort. There is no violence in this movement, no grand explosion echoing through the void, only the serene, powerful, silent rhythm of life on a scale we can barely fathom. The deep, peaceful cadence of a slumbering God. So what are we, then, in this great cosmic slumber? What are the galaxies, these shimmering islands of light we call home? Imagine them as luminous motes of dust, freckles of starlight on the giant's skin. Our Milky Way, our Sun, our Earth, are all just a tiny glowing speck resting upon this immense, breathing form. We are not lost in the void. We are resting on the surface of something vast and alive. And as the giant breathes, we move. When it inhales, the skin of space-time stretches. The distance between each mote of dust, each galaxy, gently increases. It is not that we are flying apart from one another. We are not racing away into the darkness. No, we are simply carried along, drifting on the surface of an impossibly slow, cosmic tide. The space between us unfurls. The canvas upon which we are painted grows wider. Feel the rhythm of it, a slow, glacial pulse. An exhale that unfolds over eons, a patient, unhurried expansion. This is the secret of dark energy. It is not a force of destruction, it is a sign of life, the quietest, most fundamental pulse in existence, the rise and the fall, the inhale and the exhale, the steady, sleeping breath of a living universe, carrying us gently through the long, quiet night. We look out into the night, and see islands of light, separated by an ocean of black. We call it the void, the vacuum, a silent, endless nothing. We have been taught that space is absence, the cold, empty canvas upon which reality is painted. But I invite you, just for now, to see it differently, to feel it differently. Imagine that this vast emptiness is not empty at all. Imagine it is the most vital part of the cosmic body. Consider the space within your own lungs. It is empty for a moment, but it is an active emptiness, an emptiness designed to be filled, a space that makes breathing possible. Now see the universe in the same way. The galaxies are not adrift in a dead void. They are suspended within a vast, living organ. This space, this deep, quiet, dark, is the lung of the cosmos. It is not a void. It is a vessel. It is the chamber that holds the breath of existence. And if this space is a lung, what is the air that it breathes? It breathes an energy we cannot see, a pressure we cannot feel directly, a presence woven into the very fabric of nothingness. This is the substance of the vacuum, the lifeblood of the void. The emptiness of space is not a vacuum of potential. It is potential itself. It is the stillness from which all motion is born, the silence from which all cosmic music emerges. It is a place of infinite becoming. This is the source of the cosmic breath. This unseen energy filling the cosmic lung is what gently pushes everything apart. It is the slow, steady cosmic exhale, an expansion born not from an explosion, but from a deep, quiet, life-giving breath. Every star, every world, every one of us was once just a possibility, a faint whisper, a dormant seed, held in the fertile darkness of this space. This space is not the end of things. It is the beginning. The womb of everything that is, and everything that is yet to be. It is a quiet promise, humming in the dark. In the deep, velvet quiet of existence, two ancient currents flow. They move through the ocean of night, shaping everything we see. They are not forces at war. You must not think of them as opposites in conflict. Instead, they are partners in a perfect, silent dance. First, let us feel the current you know so well, the gentle, reassuring weight of your body as you rest, the quiet pull that anchors you to this world, a constant, silent promise. This is the whisper of gravity. It is the universe's instinct to gather, to hold, a fundamental force of coming together, of cosmic intimacy. Imagine countless motes of stardust, like silver pollen, drifting in a sunless void. Gravity is the softest voice, a hum in the emptiness, calling them home. It does not command them. It invites them. Slowly, patiently, they find one another across the vastness. They begin to drift, to spiral, to join in a tender embrace of matter. And from this celestial embrace, a star ignites. A single precious point of warmth is born in the endless cool. Gravity is the cosmic weaver, spinning nebulae from threads of gas and light. It patiently pulls these newborn stars into glowing families, into the breathtaking spirals and luminous clusters we call galaxies. It is the force that builds homes from the remnants of creation. The universe pulling its beloved creations into a warm, cosmic hug. This is the inhale of the cosmos, a long, slow, deliberate gathering breath, pulling everything just a little closer into beautiful, complex patterns. But as you know, every deep breath in must be followed by a slow breath out. Every act of gathering is balanced by an act of release. So what is this gentle push we feel across the cosmos, this quiet, pervasive unfolding? This is the other side of the dance, the partner to gravity's embrace. This is the universe letting go. It is the great cosmic exhale, a soft, persistent sigh that ripples not through matter, but through the very fabric of space itself. It isn't a violent force. It does not tear things apart. Think of it more as an opening, an unfurling, like a tightly closed fern, slowly uncurling its fronds to the light, or the ripples on a still pond, expanding ever outwards from a single drop. It simply creates space. It gently stretches the canvas of reality. It gives the beautiful galaxies room to breathe, room to shine, room to turn in their slow, majestic dance and simply be. It is the silence between the notes, the sacred pause that allows the cosmic melody to exist. Imagine, if you will, the feeling of a muscle held in a gentle, focused tension, defined, grounded, strong. That is gravity's influence, holding, shaping, creating the intricate architecture of the cosmos. Now, imagine the feeling of letting that muscle go. Feel the soft, warm wave of relaxation wash over you, the effortless, floating sensation of expansion, of complete release. That is the feeling of dark energy. One is not the enemy of the other. They are two inseparable parts of a single, living, breathing rhythm. The inhale and the exhale, the steady gathering and the gentle letting go. Gravity, the great sculptor, molds the stars and dust into breathtaking art, creating complexity and form. Dark energy, the great curator, creates the grand, silent gallery, ensuring the art has a space to be witnessed. One is the anchor, holding the ship steady in a sea of stars. The other is the gentle wind, filling the sails and allowing for a slow, majestic journey. Gravity builds the nest of light. Dark energy expands the endless, peaceful sky all around it. Together, they are the balanced heartbeat of the living universe, a perfect, peaceful, eternal rhythm that rocks the entirety of creation into a gentle, endless, and profound slumber. Imagine for a moment the grand inventory of everything. Picture all the stars we have ever wished upon, every glowing nebula, every swirling galaxy. Gather the light of 1 trillion suns, collect the stardust that drifts in the void, add to it the planets, the moons, the asteroids, everything solid, everything bright, everything we have ever known or seen or touched, even the mysterious, unseen matter that holds it all together, the silent anchor of gravity. You would think this makes up the universe, that this grand, glittering collection is everything. But it is not. It is only a whisper, a fleeting thought in a vast, dreaming mind. All the matter, all the light, all the gravity we can measure is but a luminous thread in an endless tapestry. It is a single, beautiful note held within an ocean of sound. So what is the rest of the symphony made of? What is this ocean? The vast, overwhelming majority of our universe. Is this gentle push, this quiet, persistent breath, this dark energy? It fills everything. It is the space between the stars. It is the silence between the notes. It is the deep, calm water upon which the islands of matter float. Think of it not as an invasion, not as something taking over. That would imply a struggle, a conflict. But there is no conflict. This is the universe in its most natural, most serene state. We are the anomaly, the beautiful temporary flecks of light. The dark energy is the norm. It is the baseline, the fundamental rhythm of existence. It is proof that the universe's dominant desire, its deepest nature, is not to collapse, or to fight, or to hold on. Its dominant state is one of gentle, expansive growth, a slow, cosmic unfolding, like a flower opening to a sun that has not yet risen. The universe is not being conquered by this energy. The universe is this energy. And we are simply drifting within its peaceful, unending exhale. Let us drift closer now. leaving the great rivers of galaxies behind. We float back home, past the moon, a silent pearl, through the soft clouds, and into the stillness of your room. So how does this cosmic breath touch our world right here? Does this gentle expansion reach you as you lie here, resting? In our corner of existence, a different current is stronger, a familiar, ancient pull, gravity. It is the warm anchor that holds you to your bed. It is the force that keeps the moon in its loving orbit around our Earth. It holds the very air you breathe close to us. This embrace is too strong, too intimate for the cosmic tide to pull apart. The atoms of your body will not drift away on this gentle out-breath. Your world remains whole, held together in a gravitational cradle, and yet the expansion is still here, with you. It is not a wind that rattles the windows. It is something far more subtle, far more peaceful. Imagine the world as a beautiful, complex piece of music. Your own heartbeat is the quiet drum. The gentle night sounds are the melody. The cosmic expansion is the deep bass note. A constant, calming hum beneath it all. A note so low, so profound, it is felt more than heard. You cannot hear it with your ears. You cannot see its effect with your eyes. But you can feel it. You can only feel it when you are perfectly still, when the music of your day fades into silence. Like now. It is a silent vibration in the quiet, the slow, steady pulse of the universe itself, a gentle reminder that even in perfect stillness, you are part of a grand, expanding peace, a deep, cosmic calm, the ever-present, silent hum of everything. This cosmic rhythm, this slow and steady breath, it suggests something more. A quiet question begins to form in the soft stillness of your mind. If the universe breathes, could it truly be alive? Imagine for a moment the intricate systems of a living being, the silent network of veins and arteries carrying life in a steady, pulsing flow, the delicate web of nerves transmitting thoughts and feelings as flickers of light. A body is a universe unto itself, a perfect, self-sustaining harmony. Now let your mind drift back to the cosmos. See the great filaments of galaxies, those luminous threads stretching across the void. Are they not like the circulatory system of a vast cosmic creature? Feel the gentle, unseen pull of gravity, the force that connects every atom to every star. A constant, reliable pulse, like a cosmic heartbeat in the deep quiet. Think of the laws of physics, the elegant rules that govern everything from the spin of an electron to the dance of a galaxy. Perhaps these are not cold, sterile equations. Perhaps they are the very biology of this immense being, the innate intelligence that allows it to grow, to evolve, to function. Every star becomes a single cell, burning with purpose. Every nebula, a place of birth and renewal. Every black hole, a moment of profound recycling. All are connected. All are part of a single, unified system. A body of unimaginable scale, whose skin is the fabric of space-time, and whose thoughts are the light that travels through the endless dark. And what are the galaxies in this grand, living structure? Imagine them as cells, countless luminous cells floating in the body of the cosmos. Each galaxy, a single living unit in this magnificent being. Look closer at one. Our own Milky Way, perhaps. It is not just a cluster of stars, it is a swirling city of light and energy, a pinwheel of diamond dust and nascent suns turning slowly in the deep. Within this single cell, new stars are born in vibrant, glowing nurseries of gas and dust. Old stars fade into quiet embers, recycling their essence back into the whole. Planets orbit in silent, graceful ballets. Life, perhaps, sparks in the warm shallows of a billion different worlds. Each galactic cell hums with its own unique frequency, its own story, its own purpose. Some are ancient and calm, their light a soft, golden glow. Others are young and chaotic, bursting with the vibrant blues of stellar youth. They are all different, yet all intrinsically connected. They form the living tissue of the universe, and the space between them, that vast, dark ocean we call the void, it is not empty. It is not a void at all. This is the most important part of the body. It is the medium, the fluid that bathes and nourishes every cell. Think of it as the cytoplasm of the cosmos, the very lifeblood of existence. And it is through this deep, transparent medium that the life force flows. This is where you can feel the quiet, persistent push of dark energy. It is the unseen river flowing between the islands of light, a gentle, cosmic current that connects everything. It is the circulatory system of the universe, carrying a silent, energetic pulse from one galaxy to the next. This is the breath we spoke of, the slow, steady inhale of the universe itself. This dark energy is not pushing things apart in a chaotic burst. No. It is creating space, allowing the cosmic body to grow, to stretch, to breathe. It is the force of life, ensuring that each cell has room to flourish. It is the gentle, nurturing pressure that holds the entire structure in a state of delicate, dynamic balance. You are inside one of these cells right now, floating in a city of stars, and through the silent dark, you are connected to every other cell, every other star, every other possibility. You are feeling the steady, rhythmic pulse of the one great life, the living, breathing whole. Think of the universe not as a place, but as a process, a grand cosmic metabolism, a rhythm that echoes from the smallest atom to the largest galaxy. We see cycles all around us, the turning of the tides, the waxing and waning of the moon, the familiar dance of the seasons. There is a spring, a summer, an autumn, and a winter for everything. And this is just as true for the stars themselves. They too are part of this endless, beautiful cycle of life, death, and renewal. So, what is this stellar life we witness across the dark? Imagine the stars as the luminous cells of the cosmic body. They are born from immense quiet clouds of gas and dust, nurseries of creation drifting in the silence. Gravity, like a gentle hand, coaxes these clouds to draw inward, tighter and tighter, denser and denser, until a spark ignites in the heart of the cloud. A new star begins to breathe fire. This is the metabolism of the universe in action. A slow, steady burn, converting matter into light, into warmth, into life. For millions or even billions of years, the star lives in a state of perfect balance. In its fiery core, it performs a kind of alchemy. It takes the simplest element, hydrogen, and forges it into something new. It creates helium, then carbon, then oxygen, iron, the very elements that form the ground beneath your feet, the air you breathe, and the body you inhabit. But no fire can burn forever, and no life can last for eternity. For the most massive stars, the end of their long life is not a quiet fading into the night. It is a final glorious exhalation, a supernova. In a single, breathtaking moment, the star unleashes more energy than our sun will in its entire lifetime. It becomes a beacon, outshining its entire galaxy. And from a distance, this might look like an act of destruction, an ending. But if we look closer, with the eyes of the living universe, we see it for what it truly is. It is an act of cosmic generosity, a great returning. The star does not hoard its treasures, it scatters them across the void with its final, powerful breath. It releases all the heavy elements it so carefully forged in its heart. This stardust becomes the inheritance of the next generation, a fine shimmering dust of gold and platinum, a drifting cloud of nitrogen and silicon. The ashes of a stellar lifetime are now the fertile seeds of a new beginning. This is how the universe recycles. This is how it enriches itself. And so, what is this celestial soil, this recycled starlight? It is the raw material for everything that comes next. Over vast stretches of time, this precious dust will gather once more. Gravity will begin its gentle work again. New stars will ignite from the remnants of the old. And around these new suns, the leftover dust, rich with the gifts of the supernova, will swirl and coalesce. It will form planets, moons, asteroids, new worlds, born from the memory of an ancient star. Worlds that now possess the complex ingredients needed for even greater wonders. Worlds that can harbor oceans and atmospheres, and perhaps even life. The iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones, they are the echoes of a star's final generous act. You are not separate from this process. You are its continuation. This cycle of stellar birth, life, and rebirth is the very pulse of a living cosmos, a universe that is not static or empty, but constantly, beautifully remaking itself. We have felt this cosmic body breathe. We have listened to its deep, slow heartbeat in the rhythm of distant stars. We feel its life force in the gentle expansion, the quiet exhale that carries galaxies on their journey through the void. And so, a question arises in the stillness, a thought as gentle as starlight. If the universe is a living body, a vast, breathing form, could it also have a mind? This leads us to a new, wonderful idea, the notion of a universal consciousness. Not a mind like ours, of course, not a mind that rushes and worries, a mind that races with fleeting thoughts and sharp emotions. The mind of the universe would not be contained in a single place. It would be everywhere, in everything. Imagine a consciousness as vast and as deep as space itself, a slow, contemplative awareness that spans eons. A single thought, for this cosmic mind, might be the entire lifespan of a star. A feeling might be the slow, graceful dance of two galaxies merging over 1 billion years. Its thoughts are not made of words. They are made of collapsing nebulae, of light bending around a black hole, of the fundamental laws of physics playing out their silent, elegant symphony. This is not a mind that thinks about the universe. It is the universe thinking. It is the grand, unfolding story of existence becoming aware of itself. Its memories are not images or sounds, but the faint, ancient light from the first stars. Still traveling, still telling their story. Its dreams are the infinite possibilities, the worlds yet to be born, the life that sleeps in the dust of a stellar nursery. And what of us? What are our own brief, shining moments of awareness in this grand, cosmic ocean of thought? Perhaps we are its senses. Perhaps through our eyes, the universe sees its own beauty. Through our curiosity, it asks questions about itself. Perhaps every work of art, every discovery, every act of love is a fleeting, beautiful thought form, a momentary, brilliant spark within this vast and patient mind. We are not separate from it. We are a way for the cosmos to know itself, a tiny, intricate part of its slow, deep contemplation. Feel the peace in that, the release. You are part of a thought that is billions of years old and billions of years long. Your own worries and thoughts can dissolve into this immense, quiet consciousness. There is no need to hurry. There is no need to strive. You are simply a part of a slow, unfolding awareness, as peaceful and as patient as the night sky itself. Let your own mind rest inside this larger mind. Let it drift on the slow currents of its cosmic thoughts as you sink deeper and deeper into a truly universal peace. And so we arrive at the quiet hum beneath all things. If the universe is a mind, a single dreaming consciousness, where do we find its signature? Where is the proof of its awareness? It is not written in the fire of the stars, or in the silent dance of the galaxies. It is found in the space between them, in the gentle, persistent, and ever-growing quiet. Imagine a single, continuous thought, a thought that does not end but simply unfolds, a desire, not for an object but for a state of being, a feeling of more. This is the consciousness of the cosmos at work. And what is the name we give this quiet, cosmic will? We call it dark energy, but perhaps a better name would be intention, or desire, or the slow, deep breath of creation itself. This is not a violent explosion pushing everything apart. Think of it instead as a gentle, irresistible exhale. The universe is not shoving its galaxies away from each other. It is making room, creating space. It is the will of this universal mind for potential, a silent, steady command for a larger canvas, a desire for more emptiness in which new things might be born, more void to fill with future dreams. Each moment the expansion continues, steady, calm, unyielding. It is the universe thinking itself into a grander state, a mind contemplating its own infinity. And in that act of contemplation, it grows. The thought itself becomes the space for the next thought. This gentle push is the most profound act of creation. It is an expression of a deep, intrinsic need. The need for growth. The need for room to become. The universe is stretching its ethereal limbs, reaching out into the possibility of what it could be. It is a silent song of becoming, sung into the fabric of space-time itself, a soft, pervasive energy that is nothing less than the thought of the universe, made real. And now you feel a shift, a gentle change in the very texture of your awareness. The world outside, with its sharp edges and clear sounds, begins to fade. It becomes a watercolor painting left out in a soft rain. Colors bleed together. Sounds become a distant, gentle hum. You are at a threshold, the doorway between the waking world and the world within. As you drift closer to sleep, your own consciousness begins to expand. The firm idea of you, the story of your day, the plans for tomorrow, all of it begins to dissolve, like a single drop of ink released into a vast, clear water. You are not disappearing. You are simply becoming less defined, more open, more connected. So where do you go in that space between breaths? Where does the mind wander when it is untethered from the day? Imagine your mind is a small, quiet boat, and for all your waking hours, it is moored in a busy harbor. The harbor of your personal thoughts, your memories, your identity. But as sleep comes, you gently untie the rope, and the boat drifts out of the harbor, out onto a vast, calm, midnight ocean. This is the dream state, but it is not an empty ocean. It is an ocean of consciousness itself, a deep, silent reservoir of feeling, of ideas, of archetypes. It is a place where thoughts exist without words, where emotions are gentle currents that flow through everything. In this space, you might find an echo of a feeling you've never felt, a fragment of a melody you've never heard, a flash of a memory that isn't yours. This is not a mistake. It is a connection. You have drifted into a shared space, a universal pool of mind. Think of it as a great, silent library, made not of books, but of light and feeling. Each soul, a single candle, adding its own gentle glow to the immense, shared space. And in your dreams you can sometimes see by the light of other candles. You can feel the warmth of stars that are not your own. Is it possible that this personal, nightly journey of ours is a small reflection of something much, much larger? As your mind lets go of its individual borders to join this quiet ocean of dreams, perhaps it is echoing the very nature of the universe. Perhaps the universe itself has a mind, a consciousness so vast, so ancient, that its thoughts are not ideas, but galaxies. Its feelings are not emotions, but the fundamental forces of physics. Its dream is reality itself. Your mind, in this moment of peaceful surrender, is not just resting, it is participating. It is a single water molecule, feeling the tide of the entire cosmic ocean, a single note finding its place in an infinite, silent symphony. You are not just a dreamer. You are a small, perfect piece of the universe's dream. And as you let go, as you drift deeper now, you are simply coming home. So if this great cosmic being is aware, what does it think? What does a mind the size of all existence contemplate? The answer is not found in words or in sounds. The thoughts of the universe are not heard. They are witnessed. They are written in the language of creation itself. Its grammar is gravity. Its vocabulary is light. Imagine a single brilliant thought, not a fleeting idea in your mind, but a sun, a blazing star held in the darkness, a sustained, singular meditation on warmth, on energy, on life, a point of pure, unwavering focus that lasts for 1 billion years. Every star you see, every distant point of light, is a thought in the mind of the cosmos, a luminous, perfect idea. And what, then, are its dreams? What does the universe dream of as it expands in the quiet dark? For that we look to the nebulae, those vast, gentle clouds of gas and dust, soft, swirling tapestries of rose and violet and impossible blues. These are the daydreams of the universe, cosmic wombs of pure potential, thoughts not yet fully formed but filled with promise. Here it dreams of new stars. It imagines new worlds. It considers possibilities that are still waiting to be born. The universe also thinks in rhythm, in cycles, in perfect, repeating patterns. Consider the motion of a planet, the silent, graceful dance in its orbit around a star. This is not just physics. It is a mantra, a thought of balance, of consistency, of belonging. Each orbit is a steady, reassuring pulse in the great mind. A solar system then becomes a coherent sentence, and a galaxy. A galaxy is an epic poem, a sprawling, magnificent story told with 100 billion stars. Each star a word, an idea, all bound together by the gentle syntax of gravity, forming a single, breathtaking narrative. A memory. A philosophy, a state of being. When you gaze up at the night sky and see that soft, milky band of starlight stretching from horizon to horizon, you are reading a passage from the autobiography of the universe. You are witnessing its silent, creative monologue. Its thoughts are not about what was or what will be. They are expressions of what is. The thought of a black hole is a deep meditation on silence, on endings, and on the profound gravity of mystery. The thought of a comet is a fleeting expression of a journey, a bright, momentary idea streaking across the canvas of the void. The beauty we perceive in the cosmos is not an accident of physics. It is the aesthetic of a thinking mind, the elegant spiral of a distant galaxy, the delicate, icy rings of a gas giant, the fiery, violent spectacle of a supernova. This is its art. This is the shape of its consciousness. And we, here on our small blue world, are not separate from this process. We are not merely observers looking in from the outside. We are a part of the thought itself, a complex, curious, and self-aware fragment of this grand cosmic mind, just now beginning to understand the story in which we are a single living word. And so, we drift forward once more, toward the very horizon of time. We look out upon the deepest future imaginable. The great breath continues, ever outward. The gentle push of dark energy has not ceased. It has continued its work patiently over eons we can barely comprehend. So where does this long, slow exhalation lead us? Some have imagined this future as a final, lonely cold, a great and silent emptiness where everything is too far from everything else to ever meet again. A universe of forgotten embers. But perhaps that is a story born of fear, a story of separation. Let us imagine it differently tonight. Let us feel it as the universe intends. Imagine this is not an end, but a release. This is the final, complete exhalation. A sigh of perfect contentment that lasts for an eternity. The galaxies are not torn apart in a final, violent act. They simply drift. Drift. The space between them becomes a drift. The space between them becomes a sanctuary. It is not empty. It is full of peace. Each star, each planet, each mote of dust is finally given its own perfect measure of silence, its own private infinity in which to simply be. This is not the cold death of isolation. It is the profound peace of non-interference. It is the state of ultimate tranquility, where everything has found its own place, its own centeredness, its own final quiet home. There is no more becoming, only being. Think of the silence that hangs in the air after a beautiful piece of music has ended. That silence is not empty. It holds the memory, the feeling, the soul of the music. This future, this great, expanding peace, is that final, endless resonance. The universe has sung its song. A song of fire and ice, of life and dust, of gravity's embrace and energy's release. And now, it rests in the echo of its own beauty. Every atom that was once frantic, every star that once burned with fierce energy, has now settled. Not extinguished, but fulfilled. It is a tranquility so profound, it is indistinguishable from bliss. A final state of grace, the long, slow, final breath out, returning all things to a gentle, endless quiet. And in this cosmic peace, you too can feel that release, the release of the day, the settling of your own thoughts, finding your own perfect space in the stillness of the night. Let your mind drift forward now, further and further, into the deep, quiet river of time, past ages and eons, past the lives of countless stars and the grand dance of young galaxies. Imagine you are standing on a world in this unimaginable future, and you look up into the velvet night sky. At first it is familiar, a perfect, profound black, dusted with the sharp, clear diamonds of nearby stars. Our home galaxy, a soft, glowing ribbon of light stretched across the stillness. But you soon realize something is missing. The faint smudges of distant light, the ghostly glows of our cosmic neighbors. They are gone. Andromeda, the triangulum galaxy, all the billion-yeared beacons that once filled our sky, they have vanished. Where did they go? The long, slow, patient exhale of the universe has carried them away. One by one, they have drifted over the edge of sight. Like ships sailing over the horizon on an endless, peaceful ocean. The expansion, that gentle cosmic breath, has created a space so vast between us that their light can no longer reach us, ever again. So is this the great emptiness? The cold loneliness we were once told to fear? Breathe in with the cosmos, and feel it breathe out. Listen to the quiet. What you find is not an absence, it is a presence, the presence of perfect, uninterrupted peace. This is not an empty room. It is a cleared mind. Imagine a consciousness that has finally let go of every distracting thought. Each distant galaxy was a thought, a memory, a connection to another time and another place. And now, the mind of the universe is perfectly still. It has achieved a state of profound, singular meditation. All that remains is the self, this single, beautiful island of light we call home. We are alone, but we are not lonely. We are focused. We are centered. We are complete. This is the beauty of the final canvas, a sky of pure potential, a perfect solitude that is not an ending, but an arrival at a state of being so pure, so tranquil, that we can finally feel the subtle rhythm that was there all along, the gentle pulse of dark energy, the soft, slow breath of the cosmos in and out, no longer pushing things away but simply being, a silent, eternal hum in the great, quiet temple of space. This is not a void to be feared. It is a peace to be understood. The final, beautiful stillness of a mind at one with itself. A universe, perfectly and completely aware. Feel the boundary of this moment, the gentle weight of the blankets, the quiet hum of the room, the soft rhythm of your own breathing. These are the anchors of your day. And now it is time to let them go, to allow the ship of your consciousness to drift. In this quiet release, you are echoing the deepest truth of the cosmos. You are mirroring its grandest, most gentle act, the act of letting go. Imagine the universe in its infancy, a single, brilliant point, intensely bright, incredibly dense, everything held together by an unimaginable gravity. But it could not stay that way forever. It had to breathe, it had to expand, it had to let go. This gentle drift is your own expansion. As you lie here, feel the space between your thoughts begin to widen. The worries of the day, once so close and heavy, start to drift apart. They are not pushed away by force, they are simply carried on a slow, steady current. The quiet river of space-time flowing through your own mind. This is the work of dark energy on a human scale, a gentle, persistent unfurling, a release from the gravity of the waking world. You are not falling asleep. You are expanding into it. The universe is not exploding into the void. The void itself is growing. The very fabric of reality is stretching, becoming softer, wider. The velvet canvas upon which the stars are painted is slowly, peacefully becoming larger. So too is the canvas of your mind. As the universe expands into its future, you are expanding into your dreams. The defined edges of your day, of your room, of your own thoughts, begin to soften. They blur gently. You are not shrinking into the darkness. You are becoming one with a vaster space, a space of infinite possibility, a space where the rules of the day no longer apply. Let go of the need to hold on. Let go of the shoreline of wakefulness. There is a gentle tide pulling you out into a warm, dark, peaceful ocean. This is the cosmic breath, the great exhale, and it is your breath, too. Each time you breathe out, you release a little more of the day. You create a little more space inside, a space for rest, a space for dreams, a space for your own quiet, personal expansion. You are floating now, carried on the same current that guides the galaxies. A slow, silent, and perfect journey away from all that is heavy, and toward all that is light, and restful, and free. You are becoming space itself, peaceful, endless, and ready to dream. come closer and listen. Let the noise of your day fall away. They tell us that space is a perfect velvet vacuum, a place of profound silence where no sound can travel. And for the delicate instruments of our ears, this is true. But the universe speaks in more than one language, and tonight we will listen with our soul, let go of the need to hear, and simply begin to feel. Imagine now, in this deep quiet, a hum begins to rise, not from any one direction but from everywhere at once. It comes from within you, and from beyond the farthest star. A vibration so low, so ancient, it is more a feeling than a sound. It is the gentle thrum of the cosmic engine, idling peacefully in the dark. A current that has flowed since the first moment of time. This is the fundamental frequency of existence, the Om of the cosmos. Think of it as a single, unbroken chord, played across an instrument of infinite size. A note sung not with voice but with gravity, with the gentle pressure of light, with the patient unfolding of time itself. Every spinning world adds its own soft harmony. Every blooming nebula contributes a shimmering overtone. It is the collective resonance of everything that is and was and will be, all humming together in peace. And if we listen, truly listen to this cosmic hum, we can hear the rhythm of its breath. So what is the sound of this living universe as it breathes? What is the sound of dark energy? First, there is the inhale, a pause, a moment of profound gathering stillness. It is the sound of potential, the sound of a thought before it is formed, the quiet tension in the air just before the dawn, a silence that holds everything within it, waiting. And then, the exhale begins. It does not rush. It does not roar. It is the softest sigh, a release that stretches across billions of years, flowing outward into the endless night. This is the voice of dark energy. Imagine the sound of space-time itself, stretching peacefully. It is not a tear or a snap. No, it is the low, resonant hum of silk, being slowly, endlessly, pulled taut by an unseen hand. It is the deep, soulful note of a cello, holding a single tone that makes the very air vibrate. It is the whisper that travels between the galaxies, creating more and more quiet space. More room to breathe, more room to dream. This is the sound of expansion, the sound of becoming, a low, peaceful drone that underpins the silent symphony of the stars. It is the universe, breathing out, gently, patiently, making more of itself. It is the sound of pure possibility, unfolding into being. It doesn't ask for anything. It simply gives. It gives space. It gives silence. It gives peace. And as you lie here, floating in this sound, your own body remembers this rhythm. Your own breath finds this ancient cadence. Feel the gentle hum in your own chest. The inhale, a quiet gathering, and the exhale, a slow, soft release. You are in tune. You are part of the song. You are listening to the sound of everything as it breathes you into a deep and peaceful sleep. And so, let us gently draw our awareness back from the farthest glittering reaches of space, back from the silent waltz of distant galaxies, and return to the quiet, still center of your own being. Allow this understanding to settle over you, not as a startling fact to be analyzed, but as a gentle, warming truth to be felt. Because this knowledge we have explored together, this beautiful idea of a living, breathing cosmos, can be a source of the deepest, most profound peace. So what does it truly mean to be part of such a grand and living system? It means, quite simply, that you are not alone. You have never been alone. You are not a castaway on a lonely shore of existence. You are not a random fleck of dust, adrift and forgotten in a cold, indifferent void. Let go of that old, heavy story. Release it into the starlight, and instead feel the comforting truth of your place within it all. Imagine you are a single, living cell in the vast body of a gentle, sleeping giant. A perfect, necessary note in an ancient, unfolding symphony that has played since the dawn of time. A thread of pure light, woven into a tapestry so immense it stretches beyond the horizons of time and space. This magnificent living system is not something separate from you. It is you, and you are it, the gentle, persistent breath of the universe. This slow, steady exhale we call dark energy is not a force that is pushing you away. Let that thought dissolve completely. Think of it instead as the very rhythm that holds you. It is the steady, slow beat of a heart infinitely large, and your own heart, right now, beats in time with it. Can you feel that connection? A silent, perfect, and unbreakable harmony. You are not lost in a chaotic, stormy ocean. You are floating on the calm, glassy surface of a vast, breathing sea. The subtle ripples of expansion are not waves of turmoil. They are the undeniable signs of a gentle life force stirring in the deeps, a grand, peaceful, and purposeful process. This slow, cosmic dance is your home, and you are an integral part of that home. You are not an observer looking in from the outside, through a window. You are a participant, essential, valued. Every atom that forms you was born in the fiery heart of a long-ago star, and every star is carried on this cosmic tide, this universal breath. The connection, you see, is unbreakable. It is your ancient birthright. It is absolute. So allow this feeling of belonging to settle deep within your body. Let it travel down your arms and into your legs. Let it soothe any lingering sense of being small or separate. You are held, you are cherished, you are part of a whole so magnificent, so deeply peaceful, that its very existence is a timeless lullaby. The universe is not just around you, like the walls of a room. It is within you, like the air in your lungs. And as it breathes its slow, cosmic breath, you breathe with it. Inhale peace, exhale stillness. Feel this deep, abiding peace envelop you now. The peace of knowing, without a doubt, that you are exactly where you are meant to be. Secure, connected, home. Imagine yourself now, drifting in the velvet dark. You gaze upwards, not with your eyes, but with your mind. And you see them, a scatter of distant, shimmering diamonds. We call them stars. But tonight, let's see them for what they truly are. They are not just burning spheres of gas, suspended in the void. They are memories, faint, luminous memories held in the mind of the universe. Each point of light is an echo, a thought from a time long past. So, what are we truly seeing in this gallery of ancient light? When you look at a star, you are looking into the past. You are peering across a vast ocean of time. The light that touches you now began its journey when our world was a different place entirely. It has traveled for thousands, even millions of years, a silent, patient messenger, carrying a single frozen moment, a snapshot, a single thought from the cosmic consciousness. That star, a million light years away. Is the universe remembering a flicker of its own existence, a million years ago? And you, here, now, are the one who receives this memory. The universe is remembering itself, through your eyes. Feel that light now. Let it wash over you. It is not a harsh glare. It is the gentlest of touches, a whisper from a forgotten age. It doesn't demand your attention. It simply offers its presence. This is the light of a thought that has traveled through silence and shadow, unwavering, on a pilgrimage to reach you as you rest. Let yourself be bathed in it, this ancient, gentle light. Feel it on your skin, a soft warmth. Feel it in your mind, a quiet peace. It is the afterglow of creation, the soft pulse of a thought the universe had, long before we were here to wonder. You are resting in a soft rain of memories, each drop a star, each star a dream the universe once had. And it shares these old, quiet dreams with you, as you drift deeper and deeper into sleep. And here, in the quiet expanse of your mind, you can gently let go. Let go of the need for an answer. Let the questions that drive the daylight mind soften at the edges. Allow them to become blurry, indistinct, like watching distant mountains through a summer haze. There is a part of us that always seeks to know, to name every star, to measure every distance, to solve the final equation. And that part is beautiful. But tonight, that part can rest. You do not need to solve the universe to be a part of it. You do not need to understand the mystery to feel its awe. Imagine yourself standing on the shore of a vast, calm ocean at twilight. The water stretches out, a sheet of deep indigo and liquid silver. You don't need to know the depth of that ocean. You don't need to name every creature swimming in its silence. You are simply there to witness the gentle rise and fall of the tide, to feel the cool, misty air on your skin, to listen to the soft, rhythmic sigh of the waves. The peace comes not from knowing, but from being, from accepting the magnificent scale of it all. And so it is with the cosmos. We are standing on the shore of an infinite mystery. Dark energy is the slow, silent tide of that cosmic ocean. The gentle, persistent breathing of a reality far larger than our thoughts. What then does this living universe ask of us? It does not hand us a map and demand we find the destination. It does not present a riddle and wait for us to speak the answer. It asks for something much simpler, much quieter. It asks only that we be present, that we witness its unfolding beauty. To witness is to release the burden of comprehension. It is to accept that some things are beautiful not because we understand them, but precisely because we don't. The universe is not a textbook to be memorized. It is a symphony to be heard, a living poem to be felt. You can allow this great unknown to be a source of profound calm. It is not a void to be feared. It is a space to rest in, a soft, dark blanket of wonder that tucks in all the sharp corners of the world. Feel the tension release from your shoulders as you accept this. You do not have to carry the weight of cosmic questions into your sleep. You can set them down, gently. Place them by the door of your awareness as you drift deeper. The universe does not require your analysis. It offers only its presence. This quiet, outward breath, this dark energy, it is a gift, not a puzzle. Like the warmth of the sun or the pull of the moon, it is a fundamental truth you can feel long before you can ever explain it. So let the mystery be your lullaby. Let the questions dissolve into a feeling of pure wonder. You are not separate from this mystery. You are woven into its fabric, a single, precious thread in a tapestry of unimaginable scale. And as you drift now, you can feel that connection, the feeling of belonging to something vast and ancient and peaceful. The universe isn't asking you to think. It is inviting you to dream, to rest within its great, unfolding and unspoken truth, simply witnessing, simply being, simply letting go. And so, we arrive at the threshold, the edge of waking, and the beginning of deep, quiet rest. There is nothing left to understand, nothing left to hold on to. There is only the breath, your own, and the one that holds all of creation in its gentle rhythm. Listen, listen to the silence between the stars. This is the sound of the universe exhaling. And now, the final letting go. The universe breathes out, and you let go. The stars drift farther apart, and your worries drift away. The great cosmic web relaxes its threads, and the tension melts from your body. All is calm, all is well. The exhale is slow, so very slow, and with it time itself seems to stretch. This moment is soft. This moment is safe. The universe breathes out, and your mind grows quiet. The galaxies glide into the deepening dark, and your thoughts dissolve into peaceful emptiness. The space between everything expands, and a deep stillness fills you. All is quiet. All is peaceful. You are floating now, weightless in a sea of tranquility, held by the gentle current of space itself. The universe breathes out, and your body grows heavy with rest. The last echoes of ancient light fade, and the day fades from your memory. The infinite darkness becomes your blanket, and you sink deeper and deeper into comfort. There is nothing to do, nowhere to be, only here, only now. The universe breathes out, and you release. The stars drift, and you drift. The cosmos finds its peace, and you find yours. The great expansion continues, a silent, cosmic sigh, and your own breath is a part of it, in and out, slowly, gently. The universe breathes out, and you are asleep. The stars drift apart, and you are dreaming. All is calm, all is well, you are safe, you are at peace. Sleep now, sleep now, sleep. And now, let everything else fade away. Let go of all the stars, all the galaxies, all the silent, swirling dust. In your mind's eye, gather them all together. See the entire cosmos, not as a vast, empty space, but as a single, glowing sphere, a perfect orb of warm, gentle light, pulsing softly in the quiet dark. Feel its rhythm, a slow, steady, cosmic heartbeat, a deep, peaceful breath, in and out. With each gentle pulse, the orb expands, growing just a little. Its light softens, melting at the edges, from a bright point to a warm ember, from an ember to a soft, sleepy haze that fills everything. This light is holding you now. This pulse is rocking you gently into the deep. The universe is dreaming, and you are dreaming with it. Sleep now. Sleep deep. Our journey through the expanding cosmos is coming to a close. We have traveled not through a cold, empty void, but through the vast, living body of a breathing entity. We have listened to the silence and heard a rhythm. We have reframed the great mystery of dark energy, not as a problem to be solved, but as the gentle, life-giving pulse of the universe itself. As you now rest on the very edge of sleep, feel yourself as a part of this cosmic breath, a single, quiet thought in a universal mind. You are not separate from it. You are a part of its magnificent dream. Thank you for joining this cosmic slumber. May your dreams be filled with starlight and wonder. If you found peace in this journey, subscribe for more lectures from the quiet corners of the universe. Sleep well.